A huge thank you to Namoki Mods for sponsoring this video by providing this review sample of their NMK WK16 DIY watchmaking kit. You'll find my review policy in the video description. How easy is it to build this watch, and is it worth the 328 USD price tag? My goal is to answer these two questions. Starting with the packaging, the parts are well protected in these small containers. This black pouch contains the tools. The loop should come in handy when installing the second hand and to check the cleanliness of the dial. We have a thank you card, a warranty card, a sticker, and the instructions pamphlet. After putting on the supplied finger cuts, I'm ready to start building. I really like how well detailed and illustrated the instructions are. The first step will be cutting the extra dial feet. There was no movement holder or cushion in the kit, so I managed without one. When it comes to extra feet, I need to cut the one closest to the dial window and the one parallel with the dial window. Once that's done, you can align the dial window with the stem and then firmly press it down against the movement. I think this kit is missing a small piece of sandpaper to file the cut feet. I am making sure the dial is sitting flat with the movement. I really like this green dial. It's clean and the indices are well finished. The Namoki Mods logo is minimalistic and nice to look at. Step 2. Pull the stem to the second position and rotate clockwise. Stop as soon as the date switches. This means the hands are in the midnight position. We'll use this small square rodical that's also supplied in the kit to place the hands on the pinion. The hour hand goes first. It must be aligned with the 12 o'clock index. Once I'm satisfied with the alignment, I press it in place using this hand press tool. I check to see if there is sufficient clearance between the hand and the dial, which is explained very well in the instructions. I also rotate it to make sure the date switches exactly when the hour hand hits the middle of the 12 o'clock index. After that, I install the minute hand. Same principle applies as the hour hand. Make sure it's well aligned and check for sufficient clearance. The date switches less than 1 minute before midnight, which is perfect in my book. Now it's time for the Elden Ring boss of watch building, the second hand. I've never owned or used this loop before, and it costs next to nothing. However, it's a real game changer. It really helps focus on the second hand placement on the pinion, and makes it way more easier to install. The movement, dial and hands are ready and looking very nice. Now it's time to put it all inside the case. This is a 36mm PRX style case. It's very well finished, it has a premium feeling to it. I believe the case and bracelet are where the majority of price is. After unscrewing the crown, I can remove the case back. I gotta admit, I hate this tool. I think it's easy to slip and scratch the stainless steel case back using it. I much prefer the inflated rubber ball. It still works while being 10 times safe in my opinion. As I don't trust this tool, I carefully use it to remove the case back. It didn't slip and I didn't scratch anything, thankfully. I'm not sure if Namoki Mods pre-lubricated the case back gasket because there is no lubricant supplied in the kit. My advice here is to not be as dumb as I am and actually use the wooden tool to press the stem release instead of this screwdriver. You want to avoid as much metal on metal contact as possible. Once the temporary stem is out, align the date window with the crown and press firmly. This should be enough to place the movement inside the case. Just make sure everything is nice and aligned, because removing the movement from the case will be quite a challenge. It's time to use the cut stem supplied in this kit. I like that Namoki mods added this, especially that the kit doesn't contain any stem cutters. In case you have a stem cutter and want to do it yourself, the movement is supplied with an extra stem. Make sure the crown is tightly screwed on the stem. Two potential issues here. One, you might need a plier to really tighten it up, but it's important to be gentle not to ruin the stem. The second issue, and this one is quite major, there is no steel glue supplied in this kit, so you might need to buy one separately. If not, the crown might unscrew itself as you set the date on this watch. Here you can see me testing the date wheel. It worked for some time, but then the crown got loose and I had to apply the glue after the fact. You might also notice the gap between the crown and the case. That's a skill issue from my side. I went back and tightened the crown and now it sits flush, as you'll see in a bit. Once I'm happy with all that, I use this untrustworthy tool to screw the case back. Now it's time to install the bracelet. This bracelet feels very nice and premium, with all solid links and actual screws to size it. The butterfly clasp action is very solid. The bracelet is installed using a quick release system, but because it's an integrated bracelet, the end link is narrow. I struggled a bit to install it. Definitely not because I'm too dumb to use the case holder that was supplied in the kit, but I managed by carefully using the metal tweezers to get better control of the quick release. Here's the final result. I am really happy with this build. I think Namoki mods have done a great job with the parts for this watch. The finish on the case and the bracelet is amazing, and the green dial is well finished. I think all this justifies the 328 USD price tag. The installation was relatively easy, with the inclusion of the detailed user manual and the loop. In terms of the tools, I think Namoki mods need to include some necessary tools such as small file or sandpaper piece, the steel glue to secure the crown and stem together, small movement cushion or holder, and maybe replace the metal caseback tool with an inflated rubber ball. The most difficult part of the build for me was the bracelet installation. I've never had to deal with such a narrow end link. I recommend using plastic tweezers, if not then carefully using the metal ones supplied with the kit. There are some things that I absolutely love about this watch. The dial color and finish, the 36mm case size, which is just perfect for my 6¼ inch wrist, and the bracelet quality and sizing. But given that it's a butterfly clasp bracelet, I wish it had half links to get that perfect sizing. I really wish you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed building this watch. Once again, a massive thank you to Namoki Mods for making this video possible. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe for more build videos. If you want to check out some of my other work, please click on one of these 2 build videos. Thank you so much for watching.